Hello, welcome to Cushy TV, the Straight Talking YouTube channel. What are we at today? Yes, we have London's best ever trainer as far as I'm concerned. Yes, the gentleman to my right in question has been a trainer to numerous ABA champions and 3 world champions. In fact, the current heavyweight champion of the world has been trained by this gentleman. He was also right at the forefront of one of London's biggest ever disasters. He's here to tell all the story in his life. Sit back, make yourself a cup of something, and let's introduce the man himself, Mr. Mick Delaney. Welcome to the show, sir. How are you?
Welcome to you, Joe.
All good?
Brilliant, mate.
Jolly good. Jolly good. So we've got lots to talk about, but everything has a start and an end.
Sure.
And I'm just going to start right at the start. Tell us about your early bit, and parents and brothers and sisters. So how many brothers you have, Mick?
I had 3 brothers of my own.
Yeah, 3 brothers.
Me making 4 boys, 2 sisters.
Yeah, so you're one of 6?
6.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, and also, my father brought up 2 other, my first cousins,
right.
Jerry and Mickey,
Yeah.
and their sister Pat.
Yeah.
So it worked out, there was 6 boys and 3 girls.
So there was 9 of you all together?
9 in the family.
So obviously they're first cousins but brought up like sisters, which is fantastic.
Sure.
How did that come about? Your dad and mum's obviously generous people to take them on.
Yeah,
they are family that understand that, but it's still got to be done, eh? You know
That's
what I mean?
right. What happened, Mickey and Jerry, my first cousins, and Pat, their mother died young. So,
oh, bless, yeah.
my mum and dad, my dad said to his brother, we'll bring them up.
Yeah.
Whatever you're doing, I want them to stay with me.
You get on, do your bit, put a bit of bread on the table, they're in with the family, yeah.
And me and Mary, my mother, will bring them up.
Fantastic.
Which they did.
Great, yeah.
But unfortunately, we lost my mother when she was 50. So then it worked out, my sister, older sister Teresa, and my dad brought us all up.
So in effect, your older sister Teresa, you lost your mum Mary, you say? Your mum Mary,
yes.
That's ironic, my mum's Mary as well.
Yes.
Yeah, well, I called my mother Sissy because she was the only girl of 7, yeah. But
right.
So but your then sister, elder sister, stepped into the mother's shoes, if you like.
And my dad went to work.
And
between the 2 of them, brought us all up.
Fantastic, 9 of you. How many have you left, Mickey?
There's I lost Jerry, my brother. I lost Mickey.
Yeah.
My first cousin. So we've lost 2. So we're still down to.
The 7 of you still going?
Still 7.
Fantastic.
Still 7.
So old school, wearing well, boy, stay in there, yeah.
Still
stay in the race,
yeah.
So let's talk a bit about your dad. The name Delaney. Is your dad from Ireland or was he born in England? Your father?
Born in Ireland.
Born in Ireland, was he?
Yes,
yeah. Did he speak with the Irish accent, the old man?
He still had the accent, yeah.
Did he? Yeah.
He came over here, Joe, when he was 17.
Did he?
Looking for work. Met my mother over here, got married. And
because going back in the day, your mum's what, local London girl, West London girl? Your mother?
No, my mother Irish.
Oh, your mother's Irish as well?
Irish as well,
right, okay.
Yeah.
So, but you got the London accent. I wonder if there's, because back in the old day, the foreigner, there not many people at home, the youngsters, the foreigner was deemed, the Irishman was deemed as a foreigner going back something, right?
My dad said that when he first come over.
Yeah. So you faced some tough times just back
to get a place, just a room.
Yeah.
You know, to go to work.
Yeah.
But
did you face we go on to your early fighting and stuff or your school, your infants, you know, when it started.
Yeah.
Did there any of that like about your parents are Irish or any of that name throwing at school or no?
My dad loved all sport.
Yeah.
I never had any problems going to school.
So never had no trouble with that. No. Whilst he may have faced a little bit of it, but you never. Yeah.
Not at all.
And
not at all.
Yeah,
I think my dad did, Joe.
Yeah, but they did, didn't they? It's hard for people to believe you. And back in, I know what it's like being a minority. And you can.
He told us in the room, you go ring the bell or knock the door. I'm working on a building site.
Yeah.
Can't you read, mate? No black, no Irish. No black, no Irish.
Often no gypsies, no dogs. Often
and travellers.
Yeah, and travellers.
And no dogs.
And no dogs.
Yeah.
So I understand where your old man's coming from. I've seen it first-handed with my old man and whatever. Anyway, moving on. How do we start? You become a great boxing trainer. We'll go on to that. But you were a boxer yourself. How did that start? Was that school playground stuff? Was it compulsory to box then? Tell us a bit.
Not really. You done a little bit in school, not a lot. They didn't get competition at school, so I went to funny enough, it's called the Rugby Club. It's still there
Yeah.
in North Kensington.
Yeah.
So I went there with my brothers. My dad taught us how to box.
Did you have a boxer as well?
Yeah, he boxed.
Oh, okay, yeah, so it's right through the family.
So
then,
he knew.
Yeah.
He taught us all how to box. Went to Rugby Club, and that's where we done our boxing.
Right.
But I got married young. I got married when I was 18, Joe. My little girl come along,
Yeah.
Sharon. So I didn't have the time. Obviously, got work. You got a daughter.
Yeah.
Didn't have the time really to do my training, and that was it.
Which is what it
I
takes. isn't
boxed
it?
up. So when I got married, yeah,
Yeah.
18, yeah.
Yeah. So they tell me you was a good fighter around town.
Well, school, Joe. I mean, not being big-headed. I was captain of the football team, captain of the cricket team. Didn't box in my school, Cardinal Man in school. Didn't box there.
So you're all round sportsman then?
Oh yeah, done a lot. Yeah,
You cricket, football.
football and boxing.
Very good.
Yeah, no good at swimming.
No good at swimming.
No.
Yeah, as long as you can swim out of trouble, that'll do. Won't it?
This is it.
As long as you can swim a bit.
This is it.
But
Yeah.
I bet too many people wouldn't push you in the water if you know how to fight.
Oh no.
You know what I mean? You know how to stand up for yourself.
Yeah, Joe, the old fella always said to us, don't interfere with other people, leave other people alone, it's not your business, stay out of it. But obviously, if someone wants to bully you, you've got to stand up for yourself.
Probably goes a message
Simple.
for some of you youngsters at
Simple.
home, don't take other people's calls.
Yeah.
Unless one of your mates are really being bullied and you can foresee that.
Yeah, yeah.
You can see that, can't you?
Exactly.
But what's not your business, because there's often two sides to an argument. Don't know where it started, do you?
And all of a sudden you're
Yeah, exactly.
you're the bad one, you know
No,
what I mean,
exactly.
Joe?
What was your first ever memory of a fight, even down to a playground or like a proper straightener, as we would say,
Oh.
somebody willing to fight? What was your first memory?
What was I? 11, 12, played
Yeah.
football in school.
Yeah,
Had a ruck on the
Yeah.
ball,
yeah,
see you after school.
yeah,
Yeah, whatever.
And you
Whatever
did?
about school, went round.
yeah.
Fisties,
Straightener.
win or lose.
How did that go?
Yeah, not been big enough. Most
Did
most
you win
times come
that?
out on top, Joe.
You did, yeah.
Most times.
But well, that's fair. That's fair dues, and I bet you've probably a good chance to remain mates with that fella, did you?
Did.
Just the way it is, isn't it? Yeah.
The early boys that I had rows with, or punch-ups, they become my best mates.
Yeah, because two men willing to do the same thing, and they
Yeah.
one realise he's a bit better, but we're still mates. He's a good guy. Done it fair and square.
He's my
As
brother,
where if
yeah.
you hit somebody with a lump of wood,
Mm.
you won't end up with a name like the Craig, but you wouldn't have the respect that you got because it's a different way of getting
That was
respect.
always be a
Because you're
fist.
straight, yeah,
Fist.
exactly.
Oh yeah, always.
Exactly. But somebody tells me that as an adult, you learnt your as you by your own admissions, you learnt your box. You're 18, and whilst you're known as a gentleman and never been an aggressive bloke, but inevitably living in London, and in the biggest city in Europe, we do come across the odd scuffle.
Oh,
here
the
and
odd,
there.
yeah, of course.
And they tell me that you could well handle yourself. That continued. Wasn't there a story where you chinned a bloke once and in a club? Somebody said, and somebody ended up pulling the shooter up the stairs or something. Was
That was over. I think Roysey was there. Funny enough.
Yeah.
With Patsy Carey.
Yeah.
It was Roy's little mob.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's at the bar. Buy me a drink, buy him a drink off, mate.
Yeah.
Oh,
Asking you to buy him a drink, yeah, laying it on,
Do you know
yeah.
I am? I said, yeah. You'll have to take it all outside me. I said, walk outside. Let's go here.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, so what, you finished him off in the bar, did
Stuck one on him. Lucky enough, Joe, good left hook, put him over.
you? And then, he's then what, 5-1 up the stairs or something?
No, and
Wasn't it?
as we went to coming out,
Yeah.
the geese went, oi, you lot down the shotgun through the banisters.
Oh dear.
This is for you.
Oh dear.
But whether it choked, Joe, he
He didn't fire it, but...
no, me and my brother-in-law that
Yeah.
to get home each of us.
Yeah.
It seems that he choked, but it was a lucky day for me, Joe.
Yeah, well, but the thing is, probably lucky for him, because that's what we're saying about the straightener. He looked for the fight, he got one, he finished second,
Yeah.
then he wants to put himself in a position to get in 25 years and take another man's life. Well,
Yeah, when
that's
it
why
says,
it's,
yeah.
that's why it's a bit like,
Yeah.
you know, as a message for the youngsters,
course.
don't start it if you can't tolerate the result, you know what I mean?
Exactly. We Joe, my dad made us this way. We never, me and my brothers, Jimmy, Jerry, Tommy, my cousin Jerry, my cousin Mickey, never went out our way to have a fight with anyone.
No.
If we had to, we'd have it.
Yeah, what's the old saying? I didn't never start with a fight in my life, but finished loads. Yes.
That's the saying, Joe.
Yeah.
That's the saying.
Yeah. So tell us, with this legendary training bit, we're going to unfold all these world champions, everything has come. How did the training start? We've got a bit of your fight career, and a little bit outside. How did the actual
Well, what I
boxing
I got married when I was 18. My daughter came along. Got to about 21, 22. I said to my wife, I'm going to go back to rugby club. She said, I want to end.
Right.
Where I boxed.
Was that the name of the club? Was it the rugby
was called
club?
the Rugby
Rugby
Club.
Boxing Club.
Yeah, it was
And whereabouts was this?
in Avondale Park.
Did you say North Kensington earlier?
North Kensington,
Yeah,
yeah,
North Kensington. Yeah.
Went back there and the guy, they had a new warden. He said, no mate, we don't have boxing here now. So Johnny Stokes, who used to do the matching at Dale Youth,
Yeah.
he heard about what I wanted to do. He rang me up. He said, would you come and help at Dale? I said, yeah, no problem. Because the rugby club was in Avondale Park and on the other side of the road was the Dale Youth Club.
Right.
So I went there. There was an old trainer, Danny Allett. Didn't have a lot of boys. So I said, well look, I've got a girl myself. I can come in maybe Sunday and help you. Is that all right? He's great. I was with him a while and all of a sudden he said, I'm bailing out, Mick.
Right.
Do you think you do Tuesday and Thursday?
Yeah.
Went from there, Joe.
So it was
Tuesday,
either you stayed in or it went down potentially.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yeah, and you stayed in. So you then become in effect the head trainer at Dale Youth.
Yes.
And for you viewers at
Johnny
home,
Stokes was our matchmaker.
the matchmaker. So you still had that bit there. For the viewer at home, if you're not aware of Dale Youth Boxing Club in West London, we'll explain it. It's all coming. So you're sort of probably about the second figure involved before what? Danny Elliott, did you say? The first. Did you say
yeah.
Danny Elliott?
Danny Allett.
Danny Allett. So after that, then you become involved. You keep going. So you remember how nervous were you? You got your first boys card, and when you actually had to take control of your first corner, presumably just like now, like then, you had to do your ABA course, Amateur Boxing Association course, yeah.
To make sure you knew what you was doing,
And how nervous were you when you got your first batch of boys? Because there must be, like, when it's all brand new and raw to you, you know, like you've done your best with the boys, but there's always some sort of thing in your mind. I wonder how they're going to compare to the other club. Is there some supersonic club? Am I missing a trick? This is all new to you.
Something wrong.
Were you a bit nervous going
down? Doing it right, yeah.
Yeah, were you a bit nervous going down?
Not really. I got in there and because my dad done boxing, I understood you got to do your road work.
Yeah.
You got to do your press ups. You know your mat work,
your groundwork, basically.
Groundwork, your pad work.
Yeah.
So I went straight at that.
Yeah.
But because I only had a few boys, Dull Youth, it took me a year and a half, 2 years, and I had my first schoolboy Middlesex champion.
Did you? Well, that was good then. So you're off and running. So there's some pressure off you straight away.
Straight
when
away.
you achieve stuff,
Yeah.
you're off in running, and so I think you're in your 50th year or something of doing it. As somebody said,
It's getting on that way.
Getting on about 50 years, yeah.
Definitely.
So I mean that's a long time. You've seen lots come and go. What sort of notable stories? We'll touch on your world champions in a minute and your great amateur career, because you already got Middlesex and schoolboy champions right from the word go almost, right? So you've now got another 48 years of this now building champions. What sort of stories? Any stories stick in your mind where you've had maybe arguably any story, but funny story where a trainer's lied to you? You've had some beef with another trainer, or a bad decision. Is there any stories over the years stick in your mind?
To be honest, Joe, I've found most clubs no problem.
Yeah.
Pretty genuine.
Yeah.
I mean, I had a matchmaker, Johnny Stokes. He moved on. He packed up. Then a great mate of mine who's sadly passed away, Ernie Harris, he took over doing the matchmaking.
Yeah.
So he confided in me what boy he's got for what boy.
Yeah.
Told me their records.
Yeah.
If I was happy with it and he was, we took
Yeah,
it.
so two heads together.
So
Exactly,
we never really got, to be honest, in all the years, Joe, I've been down there, I can honestly say not 5 boys have been stopped in the ring.
Really? Well, there you go.
If 5.
Mick, have you ever had you know, boxing is a game of, it's a sport with violence. Yeah, you know, it's whilst we don't portray it as violence, we portray it as a sport, but it's got an element of that into it, you know, an aggression. Has there ever been any incidents in your club with where like, you know, people haven't got on, say like people have met there or have took beef out the ring? Have you ever had any tear-ups in your gym?
Yeah, I've had a few, Joe, where they've sparred and they've got out and they've sort of gone into the changing room. One of the boys said, "You better get in there, mate, they're having it off."
Again, so they've had sparring
yeah,
on
and then
after
they were
going
punched
again.
up in the changing room.
Right.
So I've had to pull them,
Yeah.
grab one. The other trainer with me, Peter Carson,
Yeah.
who worked with
Yeah.
me for years, he grabbed the other one.
Yeah.
Said, "Right, you two, shower, home, come in Thursday, you two are sparring first."
Right.
And we got over it.
So that was it. So put them
Shook
straight
hands.
back in there.
Yeah.
I wonder how them boys resolved it. I wonder if they done it amicably.
They never took it outside, Joe.
No,
Definitely not.
that was it. It stayed inside.
Stayed
Yeah.
with the club,
Yeah, well,
yeah.
but then it's all done. Same back to what the story a little bit before when the bloke pulled the shooter out. He didn't want to get beat. That's the boxing stops all of that,
Oh.
doesn't it? You know what I mean?
No, but Joe, touch wood, help of God, I've never ever had them go outside. Never had no repercussion
Yeah.
of them fighting
That's
when they've left our gym.
Done there, finished. Yeah, well, that's great. Well, that's a great thing about it. So satisfying. You've had world champions, and that's surely we're going to touch on that later. Surely that's got to be very, very satisfying for yourself to be part of these world professional champions. But overall, what is the most satisfaction you get from the sport? Say you open up your doors. Of course, anybody out there, you're a competitive man. You've achieved all these great things. It goes without saying that you want to do your very best to get the best out of the fighter. But overall, what's the most satisfying thing you take from what you do? Giving up all your time, unpaid, 3 days a week for 50 years on average, let's say. I'm sure some days has been 5 or 6 days a week for a championship.
I've thrown out on shows and all.
Yeah, for shows and what.
Could be the whole week, Joe.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
what is the most satisfying thing you take from it?
Well, kids, boys that listen, Joe, for one, they might lose their first 2 or 3 contests, but they're at that gym Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday. They stayed at it. They worked with me. I had one boy. He had 12 bouts one year, won 2. Came back the year after, had 12 bouts, won 11.
Really? So that's very
that-
satisfying.
That gives me more pleasure.
Yeah.
Good boys, Joe, you can see them straight away.
Yeah.
They come in the gym, warm up, skip, do a bit of bag work, tap on the pads, start sparring straight away.
You just see
Don't take long to know.
coordination, natural athleticism, etc., yeah.
It's there, half of it's there already.
Half of it's there.
It's just bringing the other bit out.
But the boy that's like won 2 out of 12 and then comes back and wins 11 out of 12, I mean, that's a different set of talent, isn't it? That's a talent up
That's
here.
a kid that's worked hard at it.
Determination.
He's only ordinary and he's took
And
himself to the top.
you get satisfaction.
Yeah,
from it.
brilliant, Joe, yeah.
You must have, though, over the years, I don't suppose the director would never know any sort of on record about what I'm about to say, but the amount of boys you must have saved that potentially could have been down the gutter in a variation of ways, like could have turned to drugs, could have turned to crime, that bit of discipline that the 3 days a week and getting punched on the nose and still being able to shake somebody's hand. That must be, you must have saved a lot of kids from potential.
I love Joe, Joe.
Yeah.
That have boxed with me and met a girl, got away, got married. They ring me up all the time.
Really?
And they say to me, "Mick, thanks for what you've done for me all them years. I wouldn't have had this nice wife I've got now, 2 nice children. I know where I'd have ended up. I'd have ended up in the booth
Really?
without you getting in my head, talking to me like a dad
Yeah.
when you're training me." Yeah.
And the booth, for some of you viewers at home, is prison. As we know it as the booth, me and Mick, we're London, it's quite easy to say it, but some of you might not know it as the booth, but they would have ended up in the booth in prison.
Yeah.
And so that in itself probably then made possibly, arguably, the ultimate
Yeah, because they're very,
compliment that you could get.
they come in the gym, Joe, they're very aggressive boys anyhow.
Yeah,
So you teach them how to
yeah,
move their feet, get balanced, right from the word go, get them a boxing card, they go out and box, they win, they lose, but now they've got something for their mind to
Yeah.
work on. Look forward to Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday and the contest during the week. And they said to me, Mick, without you, I know I'd have been in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
Because I'm so aggressive and I love a punch up on the cobbles on the
Yeah,
street.
yeah.
But I've
And
stopped all that.
And that's
You got in my head and stopped me doing all that, yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Now, it's got to, we all have good days and bad days. It's natural human beings. Now, explain, what did you do as a work, your job? What was your job?
I worked on the LEB on the roads. The armoured
Is
cables.
that London Electricity?
London Electricity Board.
Yeah.
Pulling the armoured cables through and,
Yeah.
you know,
I'm a strap leader. You pull your cable out. I mean, could you save a bit? I old Copper Cable was one of my favourite tunes. That
I'm
one.
sure the Ganger Man, Joe.
Yeah.
I was just one of the team.
Yeah.
I'm sure the Ganger Man had a shear up.
Yeah, I'm sure he might have come to see me, but probably a bit before my time. So that in itself is hard work, but how disciplined. And one of the reasons I've got you on here is I really, really appreciate for what you stand for. And you're not alone in this field, there's others that do it, but for 50 years, having gone to do an hard day's work, you have a wife and a daughter, and you've got, on an average, at least 3 days a week, you've got to pull yourself. Did it ever get very difficult, you know?
No, my wife knew, Joe, that I was happy training kids to box.
Yeah.
Obviously, delighted when they were turning out schoolboy champions,
Yeah.
NABC champions, you know, whatever championship,
Yeah.
turning them out and winning them. I was just as happy as the boy that, say, got to the quarterfinals as the one who went on and won it.
Yeah.
But the success, not being big at Joe, the club started to have, I was over the moon with it.
Yeah. And that becomes obvious. When you have one champion, two champions, then becomes obvious. That's not by a bit of luck and you're a few good boys. There's them starts. It's by there's some design here. This is something you're doing right. Clearly.
Obviously, Joe, you've got to have the boy. I think it's like footballers, cricketers. If you've got a kid's got something, you can bring it out of them.
Yeah.
So, what I'm saying, you could have an ordinary boy. He could get up to say the junior ABA finals, go senior, not do nothing.
Yeah.
But then you get the other boy, junior ABA finals, schoolboy champion, junior ABA champion, NABC champion, going up senior level. You know he's gonna.
Yeah.
He's gonna, and he had the same training as all the rest of the boys.
Yeah.
There was no one getting, you know.
Any preferential treatment, it's all equal, yeah.
It was all equal.
And that's fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, there's no stars at this gym.
No.
You're all stars if you want to turn up and do it.
Same for all
and
of
go
them.
through it.
Brilliant. Yeah.
So you put the same effort in as a kid who's had 20 fights, won 10, as the other bloke who's had 49 and 148.
Exactly.
Same effort, and that's where I think why, you know.
And I used to get more of success, Joe, out of the boy that didn't have a good record, but he kept at it, and then all of a sudden he's winning.
Yeah.
Because you know what, your good boys, you know, it's got to be a good boy from another club to beat them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, you know,
Well, it can happen in a way where they're not such good amateurs and juniors, mature as seniors, and become good pros, don't they? It can go the other way round.
a lot of good, exactly, Joe, a lot of good juniors, believe it or not, a lot of them, good juniors seem to pack up. I don't know why.
Yeah.
But
It's strange, that, isn't it?
Yeah. That knowing if they go senior level, they're going to win things.
Yeah, you would think, wouldn't you? Natural progression.
But what you've just said, Joe, is right. You get a good junior, you go senior, now he's boxing men.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not the same.
No, exactly. Different
So
ball game. Well, they have different mature levels. Example: some kid can mature like an 18-year-old when he's 15,
Yeah.
and be head and shoulders above the 15-year-olds. Because by the way, most of you guys at home would know, but you've got to box within a 12-month category of each other. But like example, when he's then 18, or say when he's 20, the bloke he's boxing is matured at 20, so the advantage goes on it, that
Now it's
maturity
level.
advantage, yeah.
It's level, Joe, yeah.
One of the hardest things must be, have you ever had to do it, or do you do it? Have you ever had to tell a kid, I don't think this is your game? Or
No,
you've never said that, no?
I've gone about it the right way, Joe. If I think, as soon as you think, right, I'm ready for a little spar now, and then you work with them and say, look, when am I going to go out and have a contest?
Yeah.
And you sort of say, not yet. You're not ready yet, son, but you're getting there. But then you put them out trying to get beat, and then they get beat again. You think, I don't know. So I normally go about it right way. I say, listen, I heard your brothers play football. Your brothers play rugby. Don't you think you should have a go at that? I'm not telling you to go to the club. You can still train there, but you'll find
you never find it. That I've heard the story where people say, "No, this ain't for you," and that's a very difficult thing to say. You've never done that. You've always showed some style and
never
class
done
above
that,
it. No.
Never done it. It's
You
always
you don't want to break anybody's heart.
No.
And I've actually talking about breaking hearts. I think one of the things that made you successful, you had this saying, you want to make a fighter, not break them. So you're careful. You don't model coddle your fighters, I'm told, but you also want them to have a fair fight.
Yes.
You want a 50-50. You don't want them having a 1 in 10 chance. And
No.
I had a tiger, we're Rocky. That's for films. But
No good.
The real reality is you want your boys to have 50-50 fight, and that's fair. Yeah.
Even Stephen Joe,
Yeah.
Thereabouts, yeah.
And
Thereabouts you want for them, yeah.
Yeah. So, and because I've been told on a couple of occasions, you're happy to turn a fight down if you don't think it's ready for your boy, and you don't. As you say, go again.
Especially
you don't
when
wanna,
they're young, Joe, when they're juniors.
Yeah.
Juniors, I used to be more than careful with, because 11, 12, 13, they're still kids, Joe. And as you say, some juniors, they look 2 weights bigger than the kid down in the box.
Yeah.
So I weigh things up and I think, nah, we don't need this bout. Maybe we'll have it next year.
Yeah.
Another 12 months.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's the way you do it. So numerous ABA champions. Probably list goes on and on. Yeah. That you've trained. But let's go. I mean, that's the elite, you would think. But let's go one above that. You trained for many, many years, Olympic gold medalist, James Chunky DeGale.
Chunky DeGale, yes.
Yeah, so he hit the pinnacle. You can't get any better than as an amateur then.
No, went to Beijing and won the gold medal, yes.
Yeah, so how satisfying was that? Obviously, when it goes out of your hands when they go to the GB squad.
They go up with England,
but primarily, you've made them what they are to get that.
Well,
And of course, they've made themselves as well. They've had to.
Of course, they've
The
had to
old
work
saying,
hard.
lead the horse to water, can't make
That's
him
right.
drink it. But he's done the work, but you know, you have been the foundation of this kid to be Olympic gold medal. How satisfying was that?
To get him to the England squad, yeah. Unbelievable, Joe.
Yeah.
You don't know, you can't describe what satisfaction you're getting out of it.
Yeah.
It's just brilliant.
I'll bet.
Yeah.
And I know you've had numerous, as I said, numerous of novice ABA champions, national ABA champions, development, junior ABA champions, NABC, Middlesex, probably countless hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of London ABA finals and whatever.
Show, yeah.
It goes on and on. But then you get your first world champion. Now, did that come in the way of St George Groves, or was that in the way of James DeGale? Which one? I think it was James first, wasn't it? The world professional champion?
James first.
Yeah.
The first. Oh no, I think George. They're both boxing.
I'm not sure, but George. There was a bit of needle in this camp, wasn't there? Not in your camp, but between the two fighters.
Two boys, yeah.
I mean, it's very interesting. I would say, arguably, just running off the top of my head, Mark Caylor, Errol Christie had a bit of feud. British rivals. Chris Eubank, Nigel Benn, massive, and probably I reckon George and James DeGale, for you viewers at home, had a massive needle match, didn't they?
Well, yeah.
At first, because what happens is they had a professional fight, a really close one. I thought Groves nicked it by the narrowest of margin, so did the judges. But it went before this in the amateurs. Tell us a bit about what happened, this great rivalry, where it started.
George, I think, would have listened to me and waited for another year. But there was a little bit of verbal between the two, which goes on, George and him, and Chunky. And George said, no, Mick, I'm going in. I would have done what you've asked me to do. I was willing to do it.
Going in what, Mick?
In the elites, the ABAs. Entered me for it.
Right.
He said, I know Chunky, we used to call him, DeGale. I know Chunky's won 2 elite ABA titles. He won it at 18, he's now 20, going for his 3rd one. I'm 18, he was always 2 years older than
James was 2 years older than George, right? Yeah.
But we've had a few words, nothing's stupid. But I'm asking you, Mick, put me in. I think I'll give him a good bout. So what you do, you put him in.
Yeah, because he wants it, and it's hard to say to somebody
Now,
no who wants it.
He
Yeah,
knows how good he is. I mean, he's the under-19 captain of England,
yeah,
George.
yeah,
James DeGale is with the elite squad,
yeah,
the senior England team.
yeah.
So what can you do?
So they go in and have this
Go
fight.
in, George on the night.
They make the London final, I take it, do they?
Yeah. What they done? They went in our division, Northwest, cut up into 4 divisions.
Yeah,
Put them in the hat. George gets pulled out to box my other middleweight, Louis Reed, good boy, puncher, banger,
Yeah.
you know. George beats Louis Reed. Chunky gets to buy because there was only 3 at the weight.
yeah,
So he just sits and watches the first bout with George and Louis Reed.
yeah.
And then George, at the end of the night, boxes Chunky to be seals and
And how did you sit in the middle? You got 2 boys in the same
No, I
gym?
didn't. I didn't go there and what I've done, I asked trainers from other clubs,
Yeah.
can you warm George up? Can you warm Chunky up? Can you warm Louis
Yeah,
Reed
well,
up?
there's a man of class. If ever you want to, no favouritism in a boxing club, when he iterated earlier, said that like a boy with 40 bouts, almost unbeaten against a boy with 50-50 record example, gets the same treatment. And there is a prime example.
Yeah.
And that was a really close fight, and George Groves won it, didn't he?
That was close. The ABA, yeah. There was nothing in it. Maybe George done a little bit more in the last round, and he won it on a majority.
Yeah. It's a really close. Start the rivalry. George wins a really close fight, and then of course they both turn professional. Yeah.
Yes.
You were asked on numerous occasions to go professional with other fighters, but you said you belong in the amateur game,
Boxing, that's all I want.
and that's all you wanted.
Yeah.
And now, when they went professional, this real rivalry just kicked up again, didn't it?
That's when they really went at each other.
Really
Yeah.
went at each other. So there's a little bit of underlying stuff from the amateurs.
I suppose also, Joe, it put bums on seats, them both having to go at each other, you know what I mean?
Oh,
Chuck had his friends, George had his friends,
it does sell tickets.
but they did not even speak to each other, they did fall apart.
Oh, it's a genuine
It was,
thing.
yeah.
That must
yeah.
have been tough for you.
It was, it shouldn't have happened, Joe, but what can you do?
But what happens? But it's out of your hands.
Of course.
I think they can both look back as champions of the world. So when they went professional, it was a really, really close fight. And
Again,
I'm sorry, Chunky, because you've actually, if you're listening, you've signed a few gloves in that for me. Every time I've asked, I've never met you. I have met George a couple of times, very nice man. And I can't say enough about yourself, Chunky. Every time I've asked for a signed glove at charity, you've done
good,
it.
yeah.
And I'll be asking for another one, please.
Yeah.
But I've got a confession, I don't lie. I had a little wager on George to win, and it was a very close fight. And George, well, so I'm sorry about that, apologies.
It
But
was
I had my little wager where
Yeah.
I went value. I actually had the fight 50-50, but George had like 3.5, 4-1 odds. You were the favourite, and that's why I had a little wager on George.
Cool.
So apologies on that, and thank you for signing some gloves for me. And hope you continue. Please don't hold that against me. But now that was a great rivalry, a great thing as...
when you think, Joe, they both won 2 elite ABA titles.
Yeah,
Because when George beat Chunky that year, he went on to win the ABAs, came back the year after and won it again.
yeah.
So Chunky won 2 and George won 2.
As you had some
Which is-
quality there,
Yeah,
and
two good
quality
boys.
trainer. So then George wins his world title after some tough fights
Some
trying.
hard ones, didn't
Yeah,
they? I mean,
yeah.
he got chinned by Carl Frock, didn't he? And,
Yeah,
but he
yeah.
kept at it and
Yeah, no, he's a tough man. He kept at it. And
he come in the gym in Ladbroke Grove, he was training, while I was getting our new gym built. Came in one Sunday morning, I was working on the pads with a lad in the gym, in the ring. Matty Tinker, his name was, he said, Mick, George here. Hold on, George, just finish this round. What's up? You wouldn't think of going pro with me as my coach, would you? I said, nah, George, I told you from the word go, I'm not interested going in the professional game.
Yeah.
I said,
no doubt you would have been a world champion, a professional trainer,
I said,
but it wasn't no
and I
news
said to
yet.
him, maybe you try McGuigan,
Yeah,
just up the top of your head.
stop your head.
He went with him. 6 weeks later, he phoned me up. He said, Mick, thanks for that. I'm enjoying my boxing again. Went on and won a world title, didn't he?
Fantastic, very good, yeah, very good fighter,
Yeah.
and a very nice man. I bet him, as I say, I don't know him in any depth, but
He's a
very
nice
pleasant
man,
man. It's still nice to know somebody when you meet somebody, your heroes, and they're pleasant. What more can you ask for?
He's an end
Do
boxer.
you know what I mean? No, exactly, very
He's an
much so.
end
So that was great, icing on the cake for George to become a world champion. And then you played a big part in the career of the current IBF champion of the heavyweight champion of the world, Daniel Dubois.
Danny,
You had
yeah.
Daniel, was you what, for a couple of years?
Yeah, Danny, yeah, he won the Arrogate Box Cup with me.
Yeah.
He won the under-19 youth championships. Unfortunately, I mean, his father had words over him, taking him to a pro gym when he was only 17,
Yeah.
sparring with the likes of Derek Chisora.
Yeah.
I weren't having that. I said, you either leave him with me. I mean, I was bringing good lads in to spar with him.
Yeah.
Dion German,
Yeah.
top class boy,
Yeah.
ABA champion twice, elite champion twice.
Yeah.
He had all this sparring he wanted at our gym. Why does he want to take him to a pro gym? So we had words. He moved him on.
Primarily though, if you're the trainer, you're the trainer. They shouldn't be. So they've gone against the grain.
Because you're doing it with the boy, Joe.
Yeah.
You want this kid.
And you disagreed with him taking him as a 17-year-old to spar with Derek Chisora. He's a tough, hard man, eh?
Tough man, like.
Oh
you know.
yeah. I mean,
Although he's 17, he's a
gateway
big
heavyweight.
lad. He's still
Top
a
heavyweight.
softie. He's still a softie. Dan.
Yeah, he's a big lad, but he's still a boy. And that's back to what we said earlier. That was you looking out for Daniel, not wanting to break him.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I remember when he had his Martin over to Peacock, I'm not knocking any trainer. Royce Thomas phoned me up and said, what do you think of Danny Dubois with Joyce? I said, certainly not. So what do you mean? I said, he's still a kid, Roy. He's still only a baby, mate. He's a big lad, yeah, super heavyweight, whatever. He's not ready for Joyce. Joyce has been all around the world with the England national team. Silver medalist, gold medalist, silver
really
medalist
rich
in the
amateur
Olympics.
pedigree and starting to become a seasoned pro as well.
Seen it all, proper man, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
big strong man.
What happened? Danny got done, didn't he?
Yeah, eye socket.
His eye, yeah.
There you go, you predicted that, you looked out for him then, Mick.
And he weren't even with me then. His old man had took him,
Yeah.
you know.
But you still weren't ready.
yeah.
But you were looking out, and that's what great trainers do.
Lovely kid, Joe.
Yeah, nice kid,
Real
yes.
nice kid.
I've met Dan, nice, quite reserved lad, quite shy almost.
Laid
eh?
back,
yeah,
laid back
yeah, not a forward lad, is
Not
he?
leery.
In the sense of, not an extrovert, loud lad, he's quite a...
Oh, self-contained.
Yeah, not a nice lad. And
I'm glad he's got where
so
he's
he's
got
now
now,
the
Joe.
heavyweight champion of the world. Now, if Anthony Josh was watching this, I've got a confession to make. We had a chat about it. We had a few quid. I don't know about you, Mick, but I had a few quid on Daniel Dubois to beat Anthony Josh.
Yeah, I didn't, Joe.
And you
'cause
predicted it,
any
though,
kid
didn't you?
that I've ever trained, I've never had a bet on him.
Yeah.
I thought, I got all my hands up, and I mean, I know AJ well.
Yeah.
You know, he used to come to America with us, with
Yeah.
Finchley.
Right.
So we got the name on him.
Yeah.
We got to know his cousin who was heavyweight.
Yeah.
Nice fella, AJ. But me, myself, people ask me, I said, no, I think Danny Dubois will beat AJ.
Yeah. And you were right.
Yeah.
And I won a few quid. I did semi-fancy him.
Yeah.
But on the back of what you said,
I just see the waves coming
you
through,
know,
Joe.
you know them both. Now, 50 years in the game. Yeah, I'll just make a few notes here. That's why I'm looking down.
Yeah.
50 years in the game. You've had a few little issues recently, but you've got over them. You're a fighter, you're a warrior, you're doing good, you're the other side.
Yeah.
What's the future now? After 50 young years in the game, what we got going forward? You're approaching 80 years of age. So what we got now? We're back to fitness. What we got going forward? What we got to look forward to?
No, touch wood, Joe. I've had a couple of setbacks, a couple of operations. I feel good again. As soon as I get this dodgy, I've got one more complicated thing, my knee.
Yeah.
Get that sorted out, and I'm back to A1.
And you're back on padding the boys and all the stuff. Yeah.
Back going again, yeah.
Good.
Starting again, Joe, yeah.
And you're still as much in love with the game now as you've ever been?
Exactly the same, Joe. Exactly
Yeah.
the same. Still, I want to be there with the
Yeah.
kids, you know, Tuesday, Thursday,
Yeah.
Sunday morning, go out and shows them. Just the same, yeah.
Now, I've got this is a touchy area, but I've got to touch on it. Your gym is at the base of the Grenfell Tower. Sadly, the biggest disaster arguably London's ever seen. One of them, certainly.
Terrible.
That horrible fire took
Terrible.
so many lives. Your gym was right at the base of it, yeah?
Just underneath, yeah.
Underneath. Terrible. What devastation that must have had. Did you lose any friends or anything in that?
Yeah, well, Tony Disson, who's Free Boys box with Gary McGuinness, that junior coach, his father was killed in that, and a lad called Smith, he died in it. I knew them both. You know?
There's two people who actually know.
Yeah.
Nick, it's not a nice thing, but we all know it's happened and we can't hide the fact. What emotions going through when you could see that horrendous, horrible horror show going on, unfolded before your eyes, knowing you potentially got mates in there, yeah, it turns out you did have mates in there.
Two people I know, yeah.
Plus innocent people, which we never want to see anyway, relevant where you know, and your gym at the base, what on earth was going through your mind on that?
I couldn't believe it. We trained in there that night, and I finished, the championship was coming up, so we stayed there a bit longer, 9:30, 10 o'clock, training. I got a phone call at 5 o'clock the next morning. Jamie Biggerstaff, who used to box for me, but he was coaching with me then. Mick, I can't believe. I said, what's up, Jamie? It's 5 o'clock in the morning, mate. I'm just driving by the Grenfell Tower. There's all black smoke coming out. It's all on fire. I said, you're joking. Couldn't believe
5 o'clock in the morning. This is probably before we were aware of it on the tabloid.
Yeah, he was going to work early. Yeah.
And this fella was what, a mate of yours?
He boxed with me, Jamie.
Right.
As a kid.
Yeah, so he's obviously aware of the situation.
And he was coaching with me at the time. He was in the gym that night training with me. Yeah.
So when this horrible devastation, it's always life first, naturally, obviously. When all this devastation unfolds, you lose a couple of good friends who have boxed for you, the innocent people, the horror show. Of course, you're without a gym now. I mean, that's just that's the less of the insult, if you like. That's the least of the tragedy. But
if that's got to happen, that's it with me. I'm finished with boxing. And then people that
really, so at this stage, you thought that's the way my career's going to end.
Yes,
really,
in my head.
Yeah.
But then you had.
And how much did that hurt alone, other than the sadness of all the innocence of life's lost? How much did that hurt?
It would have hurt me a lot, Joe. You know, because you're used to your life is mapped around what you're doing every week. Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday morning, going out Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday on shows. But then they come along. How would you like us to build you a new gym? I said, you're joking, aren't you, mate? The man who goes around and helps people that are in need.
Yeah.
Does their houses up.
He's approached you?
Approached me for making us a new gym.
Really?
And
did you believe that at the time? Did you think it was a wind-up or something? Did you find it hard to believe?
Well, he had two other people with him, Joe.
Oh, did he?
They looked serious. They came in the old gym 11.
So that was a reverse shock for you then? Was you excited at that?
I couldn't believe it.
Because you thought that your career was over due to the tragedy.
Exactly. He said, we're going to build it across the road from where the fire is, under the flyover, and brand new gym.
Really?
And then they started, next thing I know, they're starting work on it.
Yeah.
And they rang me up and said, you can come down and have a look at it while we're working. And that was it, brand new gym we got.
Oh, blimey, yeah. So was that emotionally excited at that?
Oh, so the moon.
How long did it take them to revamp that?
It wasn't that long, Joe. It wasn't that long, mate.
And somewhere in that gym, just brand new gyms. I've been in your gym and fantastically upstairs. They got head trainer, Mick Delaney, your own little office, your own little bit upstairs.
Yeah, they put it out there.
How good is that?
Yeah,
you see it, especially more in American movies, boxing movies. They probably seen this somewhere, and upstairs there's a little office. You used to see it a lot in the fight films in America. And I see it, a Mick Delaney, and it's fantastic.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
And the spectator's view overlooks down it, and it's a lovely, fantastic little gym. And well, it's not a little gym, it's a medium-sized gym. It's a fantastic gym.
Nice gym, Joe.
Yeah, lovely gym, and you've got plenty of room to do what you want to do, enough room, yeah.
Over the moon, Joe.
Yeah.
We just couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
Me and Gary McGuinness.
So when you walked into that gym for the first time, just a while back thinking, it's all gone, all your years, it's finished. And then just going, all right, you've got the news. What was it like seeing a whole new gym? Like,
unbelievable.
Yeah.
You just couldn't believe.
Yeah.
You couldn't believe what you was looking at, Joe. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Behind every good man, yeah, they say, has a good woman. So you had this lovely wife. Tell us a bit about your wife and daughter. You had to tolerate this. As you say, you said earlier, she knows you're in an happy place, but
she knew, Joe, that my life was to train kids. When I only went down there on a Sunday to give a hand to old Daniel.
Yeah.
And then when he said, I'm off, mate, we need someone to do Tuesday, Thursday, I said, I'll do it. Went home and told Carol, if you're happy, training boys, that's good for me. Never had no headaches from that. I'll go and do my training. I've always said, you want to go out with your friends? You go out with your friends. But she's a wife that's always been there for me.
Well, very good.
Brilliant.
And as I said, that's why you are a good man, a top man, and behind that, that's a good woman. And how nice is that, that she just lets you go and do that bit.
Yeah.
And it probably needs a special type of wife to be able to do it. You firstly need to be a special type of man to do it, and you'll need a special type of support to do it.
Be with you, yeah.
And you've got it.
And she done it.
And you've absolutely got it. And you got one daughter?
One daughter.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, lost a couple of miscarriages. So then the last one my wife lost, apparently went in the fallopian cord tube, and they said you can't have any more. But I'd have loved to have 2 or 3, Joe, you know.
But it's sometimes you're blessed with a
I'm
beautiful
blessed with
daughter,
what I've got, yeah.
grandkids.
2 lovely grandsons,
Well,
a good son-in-law, and a brilliant daughter, Joe.
what more can you ask for? In that sense, you know what, I have this saying, I've had friends who had daughters, and I said, yeah, but you'll get loads of grandsons one day. So no doubt, in an ideal world, you and your wife would have loved a son, but wasn't to be, but you're blessed with a couple of grandsons.
Still,
and a good son-in-law.
Still got the best, Joe. Still
Fantastic.
got the best now, mate.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there it is. That's the life. Now, what's the message? That's the life of Mick Delaney, the legendary Mick Delaney. What's the message out there for any young fella that who wants to box or wants to be a boxing trainer? Give us a bit of simple advice for the fighter at home. Let's start with the boxer. Let's say if somebody wants to do a bit, what do we advise him to do?
So to make it in the boxing game, you've got to get in that gym. If you train 3 days a week, 4 days a week, you've got to be there. And listen to your coaches. Do all your work, your road work, your ground work when you're in the gym. Don't flaunt anything. Don't hide in the gym, and you'll make it. You'll get there.
There you go.
We'll get there.
And any ambitious boxing trainer, I suppose you've got to have a good wife and willing to do 50 years in the game.
Yes, you need that.
And treat every boy equal.
For the trainers, like for myself, you've got to have an understanding wife. I weren't really a drinker, so maybe my wife thought I'd rather him down the gym training the boys boxing than being in a pub 3 or 4 nights a week.
Doing your money, coming back all hours of the morning.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
So, but I still, when I first started down the gym, I'd always have me Sunday a few pints. Now drink don't bother me, but it's one or the other.
One or the other, yeah.
One or the other.
So there we have it, the legendary story of Mr. Mick Delaney. World champions, Olympic champions, heavyweight champions of the world, numerous ABAs, London champions, schoolboy champions. The boy's done it all. 50 years, but you know the interesting thing? He ain't finished yet. Keep going. Thanks for coming on the show, Mick. Thank you very much. Been an absolute pleasure.
Really appreciate it.
Hey Mick, this is a tribute to you, mate. Unbeknownst to you, when we done the filming, there's going to be a secret surprise 50th year in boxing for you, laid on by George Groves, attended by many, right? And unfortunately, I booked to be away in Spain, yeah. So I'm going to air our podcast the day after, so you can sit back, but and enjoy it. But my testament to you, mate, I would have 1,000,000% been there had I had more knowledge of the timings. But here is a quick tribute to you, Mick Delaney. What a man! I've known you just a couple years, and I feel like I've known you for 30 years. That's what special people do. They have that effect on you. And what a special man you are. And how can I thank you enough, being a lover of the fight game, that you've given all those hours and hours and those cold, wintry, rainy, snowy nights getting to the gym back unpaid, right? Keeping those kids off the street, you know, forming champions, forming fine young men like George Groves, yeah, who hasn't forgotten your efforts. And it's just a wonderful thing. I seriously believe you deserve a gong. I'd love to be there on that night, yeah, in West London, sharing that 50th year. But the best I can do, mate, as you my tribute. Thank you for having a friend. Known you 2 years, feels like 30. And the good thing is we've got many more to come up. Really thank you for your efforts. You're a great man, great gentleman, and trust me, I believe it should be a gong for you. Yeah, the King should be presenting you with something, and I'm going to try and get those wheels in motion. Yeah, but you're a king to me. Thank you very much. Top man. Can't thank you enough. Love you, Mick. Well done, mate.